Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm Blue and I like to talk about figure skating. This video is a special thank you so much for 200 subscribers, and today I'm going to be rescoring Evgenia Medvedeva's programs from the 2019 World Championships. Hello and welcome. I know I promised this video for a little while and I've only just got round to it. I'm sorry. This is the thank you for 200 subscribers video where I am going to rescore Evgenia Medvedeva's short program and free program from the 2019 World Championships. And to help me, I've got skating scores open, so these are the scores the judges gave on the right, and this is what I'm going to be filling in on the left. Got the same for the free skate, and then I managed to find, it took a lot of hunting, I managed to find the scale of values, the grades of execution, the bullets for the 2018-19 season, and with the help of the Wayback Machine we've got the program component scores and then also details on the spins and a little bit further down the steps as well. As always, I'm going to link all of the resources I use down in the description, so please do let me know if you agree with my scoring, you disagree, what you would change. So without further ado, let's get into the short program. Okay, so Evgenia's first jumping pass is coming up, so I'm just going to knock the speed down so we can see in more detail takeoff and landings. So it's flip, so we're looking for inside edge. Angle is not great, but you can see quite clearly that is a strong inside edge. The only thing is, she should be off by the quarter point. I mean, it's a little difficult to tell if she's using just the toe pick or a full blade assist, but that is pre-rotated. So there isn't anything specifically at this point in time that is against pre-rotation other than just saying it's a poor takeoff. So let's keep watching. That counts as fully rotated. That's a pre-rotated toe loop. And I think that is under-rotated, so yeah, you can see the turn on the ice after the combination. So let's just go back a little bit and watch that in real time. Okay, so the judges did identify the triple toe was under. I agree that the triple flip was borderline, but it wasn't. I'm going to be nice and I'm going to say it's not under-rotated. So we do have good height and length. We don't have good takeoff and landing, and we didn't have effortlessness because I don't know if you saw, but on the landing of the flip, she was really fighting for that landing, and so it couldn't be effortless. The entry wasn't creative. The good body position, she was a little bit hunched over between the jumps. I'm going to be nice and I'm going to give her that one, and I will say that it matched the music. So we've got +3 at the moment. Now let's have a look at our deductions. So poor takeoff, this is for the pre-rotation. I'm going to knock off 2, and then where am I looking at the under-rotation, knock off 2 again. So we're down to -1. Yeah, I'm just going to give -1 for this one. So actually quite similar to what the judges gave. Let's keep going. I really like how Evgenia, before this season, her transitional content was much more bitty, and now you can see she's holding edges much better. There's much more fluidity in her skating. Okay, so she's just prepping for the double axel, and this was typically one of her weakest jumps along with the lutz. So just watch how much she swings her arms back. She really pulls herself up into this jump. It's not effortless at all. About a quarter pre-rotation, so not as bad as it had been before, and that is fully rotated. I don't think she got an awful lot of height though, so just gonna rewatch this in real time. Really nice exit though. I really loved how she held that edge very well. So good. I'm not going to give her good height and length. I don't think it had a whole lot of height or length. Good takeoff and landing. It was a little bit pre-rotated, but she had a really nice running edge coming out of it, so I will give her that one. I can't give effortless because she did really muscle that jump, and so it just wasn't effortless. It wasn't really a creative entry. Good body position I will give, and I will also give that it matched the music. So we're going into deductions again with a +3. In terms of these ones, the only one I could think of is giving poor takeoff because of the pre-rotation, but I'm not going to. I think it was because that would counter out the good takeoff and landing, so I'm not going to. Just going to leave her with a +3. I'm not sure which judge, what the Slovakian judge was seeing when they gave +5. Same with the British and the American judges with +4, but you know, maybe I'm wrong. Let's keep watching. I really do think that the Oscar program suited Evgenia better than the orange coloured sky. Some really nice centering of the spin there. Okay, sorry, I live near a road. So with the sit spin, there was good speed. She maintained a really good speed. Good, clear, controlled positions. Yep, looked pretty effortless. It was centered. I'm not entirely convinced about matching the music, and it wasn't particularly creative or original, so I'm just going to give her a +4 for this one. You're welcome to justify why she deserved a +5 in the comments. Okay, so now she's prepping for the loop, so I'm just going to take the speed right down again. Really using her back and her arms in this, so some of the other women are much lighter with how they take this jump off. Not Evgenia. She's off by the half mark, which is fine for a loop. Ooh, I want to watch that landing again. Now she does land cleanly rotated. Not a problem, it's just me nitpicking. So let's watch it again in real time. Okay, lovely. So good height and length I am going to give. Good takeoff and landing, yes, because she did hold that landing edge quite well and there weren't any glaring errors on the takeoff. I can't give that it was effortless though, because she really used her back quite a lot. I think that was reminiscent of some of the poorer technique that she grew up with. The entry wasn't particularly creative. Good body position, and it definitely matched the music. But because of this one, it is just capped at +3, even though I'm giving 4 bullets. So there we go. I know, I really wish I could give the +4. If you can justify why she deserves +4 in the comments, then we will change it. Took a little bit to get a nice centre, but I really like the change of edge in that spin. I think it's beautiful. Just before she starts her next spin, good speed and acceleration, good controlled positions, definitely effortless. It was pretty centered. Again, I'm not sure about these two, to be honest. So again, I'm just going to give a +4. You can argue this one. Really quick, because it's like rotation speed there. Not super well centered, but not enough traveling for me to want to deduct, if that makes sense. So good speed and acceleration, good positions, effortless. Not going to give the other 3, so this one I am just going to give +3 to. The judges went +4 pretty much across the board, so maybe there's something that I'm missing. And then the step sequence, which I think is my favourite part of this programme. Misha really did a good job choreographing this. Would like to see some deeper edges, but there are some moments that are just brilliant, and you can clearly see, thank you for the Mars camera, you can clearly see how much Evgenia's developed compared to the Winter Olympics in the previous season. Lovely. So there were some deep edges, not super consistently, but there definitely were. So I am going to give that, but I think it is something that she could work on. The element definitely matches the music. The energy was great, the flow, the execution, effortless, yes. Not sure about if it was super creative, but I'm definitely giving good commitment and good acceleration and deceleration. So I am going to give this one a +5 anyway. Okay, and now on to the component scores using the Wayback Machine. So for the skating skills, she did use deep edges, not super consistently though. There was good balance, good knee action, good flow and glide. The thing that I think holds her back is the use of 1-foot skating, because there were an awful lot of crossovers. So I'm just going to give her an 8. I know that's quite a lot below what the judges gave, but this is what I think fits the best, because she was like great in all of the other categories. She was just pulled down a little bit by that last one. For transitions, I think there was a really nice flow between the elements compared to how some of her previous programs were constructed in terms of transitional content. So I'd say there was a really, really good continuity of movement. In terms of difficulty, some of them were more complex. I wish she'd had more complex transitions into and out of elements, not just between elements, but I think they had some very high quality. So I am going to give, this one an 8.5. Then for performance, she had a really good projection, very good commitment to the program, but not in the way that she used to in terms of sort of miming and acting it out. This time it was a more mature interpretation of the music. Very good clarity of movements, good contrast of energy, particularly in the step sequence, and then I think very good personality of the program as well. So I'm going to up that one to a 9.5. Then composition, this was great. This was really, really good. The ice coverage was good. The use of space was fantastic. The matching of the elements to the music was really good. The whole concept, I think it's fantastic, and she delivered that well. So kudos to her and to Misha Gay as well. And then for interpretation, I think The music, the use of music, especially in the step sequence, this was really good. The character was felt well throughout. And the other ones are, use of finesse was definitely good, but not throughout. I think during the first half, when she was more focused on the jumps, it wasn't as good as in the second half. And then the others are pairs and ice dance only. So I am going to give this one a 9.25. So here we go, let's see the score for Evgenia. And okay, it's actually pretty similar. So 73.11 is what I gave her short, compared to the 74.23 the judges gave. Okay, and now I'm going to rescore her free skate. I really love these more mature style programs for Evgenia. I think they really suit her. So the first element is her triple lutz, so I'm just going to knock the speed down so we can watch for the edge better. You can see there was a change of edge. She's on an inside edge, so I'm going to pop the E on there, which the judges missed. And then let's keep watching. Ooh. That looked like it was over-rotated on the takeoff to me. Let's watch again. Yeah, it was. It's meant to be off by the quarter. Ooh, that is tight on the rotation as well. Let's watch in real time and see if I make a better decision about the rotation. That was very tight. I think I am going to be harsh this time and give her the under rotation. This was before the cue existed, so landing on the quarter meant under rotated. Let's watch that lutz one more time, and then I will give the bullets. Really nice running edge though. So there was good height and length. There was not a good takeoff and landing, and it was fairly effortless, so I'll give 1 and 3. The entry wasn't creative, there was a good body position, and it did match the music. However, because we didn't give bullet 2, we're capped at +3 moving into the deductions. So here we go, the wrong edge is a -3 to -4, so that knocks us to 0, and then the under rotation knocks us to -2. And yeah, poor takeoff I have to give, because it just was so over-rotated. So unfortunately I'm going to give the opposite of the judges, where some of them gave +4. Don't know why the German judge gave +5, but I'm giving -4 unfortunately. Let's keep watching. Okay, so now it's her combination, I believe. So I'm just again knocking the speed down. Let's have a look. You can see how much she really pulls herself up into that. But she is off, yeah, cleanly, because it is a... Oh, that Sal is under-rotated. I was going to say she pulled herself up cleanly in time because it is an edge jump, so you have up to the halfway mark. And again, that loop is just ever so slightly. I mean, the season before it would have been fine, but this season it just wasn't, unfortunately. So let's watch again in real time. actually really like that combination. Ignoring the 2 under-rotations, I really like it. So there was good height and length. The loop especially had really good length. Takeoff was alright actually for both of them. Landings, the edges were fine, the rotation wasn't, so I am going to give bullet 2. It didn't look particularly effortless though, just because of how much she had to fight to pull herself up into the salcho. There weren't steps before, there was a good body position, and it didn't particularly match the music, but we're capped at +3 anyway. So +3 going into deductions. So under-rotated sign, because there are 2 of them, I'm going to give -3, so that knocks us to 0. And then I think that's the only deduction I really want to give, so we're just leaving that one as is. Again, I think the judges and I are not really on the same page at the moment. Okay, so she's just setting up for her next combination, so let's knock the speed down once again. Good inside edge on that flip, and she didn't use a full blade assist. Yay! Off by the half mark, which is a bit too much rotation in the air. I am going to give her that as fully rotated, other people wouldn't. Pre-rotated toe loop. Again, I'm going to give that as fully rotated, but someone probably wouldn't. And another pre-rotated toe loop. That one again I would possibly give as under. Or someone might give us under, even if it wasn't me. Okay, let's watch it in real time. Okay, so that is actually quite an interesting combination. Good height and length I was going to give until I saw that second double axel, and that just really didn't have much movement at all, so I can't give that one. Good takeoff and landing I can't give for obvious reasons. It was fairly effortless, I will give her that one. She had a good body position and it sort of matched the music. There wasn't really a creative entry or anything, so +3 we're capped at. Poor takeoff on all 3 jumps means I am going to give a -3. But because I'm not giving the under-rotated signs, someone else might, and this is probably where some of my disagreements with the judges so far have appeared. Because I'm not giving the under-rotated signs, they might give -3, whereas I'm going to just give 0 for this one as well. So that's 2 back-to-back that she's got 0 points on. Sorry, I forgot that this wasn't just a video of her performance, it's the full 4 hours of the entire event, but I found where we were up to, so this is the flip in real time. Really nice exit on that as well. So, good height and length, yes. Good takeoff and landing, no. Effortless, yeah, it looked pretty effortless. Good body position, and it definitely matched the music, so we are capped at +3. Then we have the poor takeoff, just too much pre-rotation, so I'm knocking that down to +1, and then -2 again for the lack of rotation, so I'm knocking that down to -1. But I really like the energy she gave when she came out of the jump. I thought it was brilliant. Okay, and our final jumping pass now, I think, is the double axel. Again, one of her weaker jumps, but let's watch. See how far back she pulls her arm. She's really pulling herself into this jump. Good that she's off nice and early though. Yeah, that is definitely underrated. Judges made a good call with that one. It's not the easiest camera angle to work with. I will give anyone rescoring this kudos though, because that is hard to score. Good height and length, no, because it's just not high enough, it's not long enough. Her axel is one of her smallest jumps. Good takeoff and landing. Takeoff was alright, landing unfortunately not, and it wasn't effortless, but she had pretty good body position and it did match the music, so we're going into this with +2, so -2 for the under rotation. And I think that's all I'm going to give this one, so I'm just going to give this one a 0 again. I know they gave more negatives, I think there might be something I'm missing, but I'm going to stick with the 0. You guys can tell me in the comments that I've missed something really, really obvious. You can see from the ice mark that she is travelling a bit. Okay, so good speed, yep. Good clear positions, yep. Effortless, yep. She did not maintain a centered spin. It wasn't particularly creative. It did match the music though. So we're going into this +4 and then just -1 for travelling. Normally I am not super strict about travelling, but because of just how much travelling there was, I am gonna just knock 1 off. Really nice choreography with the change of the music. Some really good deep edges, so could be more deep edges, but I'm happy. Did David Wilson choreograph this? It looks very, very David Wilson-y. Anyway, so deep edges, clean steps and turns. Yes, I would like to see more deep edges, but I'm happy. Definitely matched the music. Definitely good energy, flow and execution. Yeah, it was pretty creative and original. Excellent commitment of the whole body and good acceleration and deceleration, so I'm perfectly happy. This is definitely a +5 element for me. And then the final spin. Really good centering so far. Just a shame that she lost it with the change of foot. I love her reaction as well. It's a really, really deserved reaction. Good speed and acceleration, yes. Good controlled positions, yes. Effortless, yes. I was gonna give this one until it wasn't. It wasn't especially creative or original, but it definitely matched the music. So +4. And again, I sort of redeemed myself with a little bit of this if you compare me versus the actual judges. And then let's have a look at the components. So skating skills, I'd like to see more deep edges. I'd like to see more 1-foot skating. So similar to the short program, I am going to give slightly more than I did for the short program though, just because I think this was sustained better throughout. That's a much shorter program. Yeah, well done, Blue. That's a much shorter time frame to maintain it throughout. So I think for her to be able to sustain this is better. And then transitions, again, I just want to see more, particularly before certain elements, particularly before the jumps, so I'm just going to give her an 8.5 again. In terms of performance and projection, I mean, she really involved the audience, especially in the step sequence and the choreographic sequence. I would like to see just a little bit more, again, sort of around the jumps, but it was good, so I'm giving her a 9 for this one. Composition was brilliant. I loved it. I think the placement of the step sequence, especially within the music, was really, really good. So I am going to give that a 9.25. I would give a bit more if I felt some of the jumps fit the music a bit better. And then in terms of interpretation, again, she interpreted the music well. I think she really interpreted it brilliantly during the second half of the program better. So it wasn't super sustained, but I am going to give a 9.25 again. Again, you're welcome to disagree with me in the comments. Please do let me know your justifications. And so this is where the difference between me and the judges can really be seen, because they gave her a 149.57 and I've given a 133.34, and I think it's mainly down to some of the uncalled under rotations and the edge on the lutz. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. If there is a topic you'd like me to cover or a skater you'd like me to rescore, please do let me know in the description. I've linked all of the resources and also my social media in the description, so you're welcome to rescore yourself and then tell me in the comments if you agree with me or disagree. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!